All right, I'm up at my dad's shop where my other Model A is, kind of stuffed over here in the corner to the side. And right now he doesn't mind having it here, but I know he would kind of like to have more space in here. He's shuffling cars around to allow me to have this up here. But you've seen, you know, my garage space in the basement is tight, and I'm getting to the point where I need to take the two-door body off to put the cowl on to get the gas tank on to be able to get it to run. And so when you take the body off, you need even more space to store it. So I'm keeping this up here for right now. I went and visited my dad for a few days, and my sport coupe's been sitting probably, I don't know, 6 months or maybe even up to a year, just sitting up in his barn. And so it had ran out of gas the last time I drove it and was running it. So here I am filling up with gas, trying to start it. Hey Dad, you want to help me for a minute? Let's try seeing if we're getting spark. See if you can should be able to just put it just like that. You even need to hold it. Let's just see if we're getting spark. Ready? Yeah. Good spark. You want to reconnect it, and then this starting fluid right here. Yeah. Grab the can of starting fluid right there. Yeah. And then give it a little sniff. Ready?
Yeah. Well, I guess I got some in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A little bit. So I had to advance the timing all the way down just to get it to really idle. So it's timing, I think, is pretty far off. And I haven't really done much with this engine since I bought the car. You know, we ran it around on the street a little bit, but I don't even remember where we had the timing when we were running it. But having it all the way up, it was barely running and backfiring, and I pulled it down a little bit, and the engine really took off then. So I'm gonna probably check the timing on it and check the points on it and see where it's at. And it seems like the lever's working, so like the top plate advance is working. It's just, I think the timing is way off. Okay, so as you can see in the video, I was just assuming the fan because the crank doesn't line up, and if you do it slow enough, you can turn it over with the fan with a tight belt. And I was feeling till it came up top center, and then pushing the plug in, I could feel it just in a little bit of a dimple there. Get that out before I forget it. And then using the screwdriver, I could go back and forth and feel right when it's at top center. So, because mine has this type of cap, I can't really see exactly where number 1 is. So I put this one on there. And as you can see, when you put the rotor on, it's actually firing way late. And this has a little bit of wobble in it and a little bit of slop in the gear mesh. But so it needs to be rebuilt really. But what I want to do is check the points first. On modern cars, it's the dwell, and this cam bolt. Turn until the points are open. Let's see where they're at. That's 19, that's a little tight. Let's loosen the screw and this screw. Lock it down. Lock this one down. It was running, so the condenser was working. So now we set the timing. Put your housing back on there, and the rotor on here. And get it right there. And without that moving, I'm going to tighten the screw down. I'm going to use this screwdriver to hold it. verify. So I'm going to move the advanced lever. It's moving the plate down below. Sorry. It's moving the plate. Is this clearance between your rotor and the terminal post. So this clearance right here is supposed to be about 25 thousandths. And this is I think this is 23 or 4. So that should work. It's hard to tell because I'm using this kind of cap, assuming they're in the same position. Yeah, when it's running, it's actually going to be back here, which means the points are about to open. And as it rotates, it's going to open a little bit. So let's try that. I don't know that I really like this modern cap. It makes the timing harder without being able to see where the terminals are for number 1. Let's see how it runs now. Ignition on. Pretty good. So I'm thinking I need to advance it.
Is that leaking there?
Yeah, it's actually blowing through past that spark plug too. I can see little bubbles. But I was gonna pull this off and see if it's tight and whether it's
You mean the leak is in the spark plug?
yeah. Oh, the I guess on the compression, yeah, it blows a little bubble.
Is that one of those that screws together?
No,
Yeah.
it's a spark plug.
Okay.
No, it's just a regular spark plug, but it has a compression washer on it. You know, the washer on it has a little bit of compression to it. Oh, well, that could be it right there. It's not even tight.
Oh, that one?
It's like finger tight. Maybe I ought to check the other ones.
Yeah.
Losing my horsepower. Yeah, I could see little bubbles blowing around that, and it's like, that's not right. There I go again. It's running counterclockwise. Not counterclockwise. and I want to advance it, so I want to move it this way. So I want to turn it that way. And that's what I did. Let's just do a little more. That's it. And the mark I put on it, that gives it a good, you know, probably 10-degree advance. Before I'm mucking with anything else, like on the carburetor, I'm gonna just make sure to start it and make sure this still runs. I don't complicate issues here. And when you're snapping the distributor thing on and the car's been running, this little strap right here lays on that manifold heater and gets 200 degrees. So watch it when you're snapping that strap back on, because she's a hot one. Okay, test number 3, adjusting the advance, moving it a little bit more. Like I said, with these new caps, it's hard to see the number 1 terminal and what you're doing, and getting enough advance out of it. Okay, so I adjusted the cam to give it a little bit more advance. So let's test it and see if that was enough advance for it. It's running better. And now I heated up the exhaust again, so that's gonna be fun to be working on. But it seems to be running a little bit better. May need to go through this carburetor and check the jets and the passages, because I've never pulled this carburetor off. So it may not be, she's not leaking. So it's not like the float's not adjusted right. But and I gotta try to tighten up this exhaust. It's just very noisy. Still got an exhaust leak going towards the back. Should have looked at the pipe a little closer. I've been able to get the timing set, I set the points, and I set the control lever and the control rods, and adjusted the steering column to where I got full motion on the top plate. Set the points, got the timing set, and then it just kept having to be so far advanced on the timing lever that I finally just kept advancing it and advancing it till it was running good. Even though it was correct for the timing mark, it just wasn't running good. So I advanced it and advanced it a little more, got it to where it's running really good and idling. But then now I want to take a peek under here and see actually where it's set now. So I'm gonna pop the cover off, bring it around till I get the timing pin set, and actually see what it looks like. Okay, I just want to bring the camera in here and show what I did. So when it's running good, the rotor is pointed right here, and I took some of that yellow paint and just dabbed it on so it'll highlight where the rotor is supposed to be. Hey kitty cat, you gonna help me? This is Luna. She's a very nice kitty cat. I'm gonna take her home with me. You want some food? We'll go hunt something up, go hunt some mice. But I just wanted to look because it's running pretty nice right now, and see if I could go ahead and mark it to where it is. And then I actually found the tool to hold it, but I'm gonna leave it alone right now and not retime it, and because it's running pretty good. So now I got radiator, when I was looking at it, it's pretty rusty and dirty. I'm gonna take it out, and it's raining a little bit, but it's kind of slowed right now. So I'm gonna take it over to the hose bib and flush the cooling system. Well, I took it over to the hose bib and flushed it out, all the mud and rust that was in there.